Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm here joined by one of our clients, Dr. Philip Pellegrino,
Hey, everybody.
and also our co-founder, Jared Catini.
Everyone.
And Dr. Pellegrino, he made some time in his busy schedule to answer some questions regarding his experience working with GrowthRx. We've been working with Dr. Pellegrino for about 6 months now, and I think it's safe to say that we've seen his business grow pretty tremendously in the last 6 months. So we just want to talk about his experience working with GrowthRx. So just to kick it off, Dr. Pellegrino, I want to ask you, so thinking about before we started working together, what was going on in your practice from a marketing and a patient acquisition standpoint?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I was trying to get in clients for what's called therapy intensives. So for about the 6 months prior to working with you, I was using a couple of lead generation marketing agencies, and I was kind of getting leads that never really answered the phone. I always had to follow up with them on my own, which was time consuming, and it was also frustrating because nobody was answering. And I was also getting a few things trickling in with my website, which was good. But at least like being able to maintain a business and get like a steady flow of regularly occurring clients just was not happening. I was, wasting money and time, with some of those lead acquisition agencies.
Got it. And on the flip side, after starting working with us, what would you say, kind of resolve some of those things that you just mentioned? What changed within your practice?
Well, one, there was much more leads coming in, and they were two answering their phones. Uh, and three, I would say the use of the AI is able to follow up with them quickly, which took time away from me having to do that. And then when I was getting the calls, my numbers of people answering the calls for me, is over 60 to 70%. So, and then of course, a lot of them are becoming clients. So it's just been much more easier to deal with and much more organized. How the leads come in, where they are, being able to follow up with them, etc., has just been much more streamlined and organized and less time consuming, less frustration.
Yeah, and Dr. Pellegrino, one of the first conversations we had was we're not in the business of selling cheap services, right? Very discounted prices, things that your Groupon like shoppers are going to be interested in. We told you that we were going to be more intrigued to sell your high ticket items and your high ticket packages. So can you speak to the type of packages that you're currently closing using the Growth RX system?
Yes. So what I'm offering is called therapy intensives. So it's pretty much a not what that includes is 9 hours, or sorry, a 90-minute initial evaluation and then 12 hours of condensed intensive treatment. So that package is going for 3,300.
Got it. And kind of coming into working with us, right? Like ultimately, when you were looking for a marketing solution, what made you decide to move forward with Growth RX versus the tons of different marketing solutions and agencies out there?
The screening. So getting more qualified leads that kind of know what they're getting into before I'm on the call with them. So them in some ways knowing that it's a different model of treatment, and then two knowing that they're going to be paying out of pocket.
So expanding on that topic,
Yeah.
one thing I'd love for you to touch on is the AI portion and the AI side of Growth RX. So how has that impacted your team and impacted you as a provider?
Tremendously. I even get feedback from clients on a call of how helpful the AI was, them not even knowing that it was AI, wanting to thank the person, and it's streamlined things. I think the my clients appreciate the promptness of the responses. It's just made things much easier and much more organized.
Awesome. No, we appreciate you saying that, Dr. Pellegrino. My last question, and then Jared, I'll let you take it away. If a practice owner is on the fence right now working with Growth RX, what would you tell them?
If not this, then what? Right. So, like, if you've tried everything else, give these guys a shot. It's working for me. It is a game changer.
The final question that I wanted to ask you, Dr. Pellegrino, is something that I think a lot of providers out there maybe underestimate the importance of, and that's everything that happens after they get a lead. Because I
Right.
would say it's fairly easy to generate a lead itself. But from what we've seen working with providers is really the heavy lift and the operational complexity that can happen inside of a practice is number one, who's following up with that lead, who stays accountable, you know, as maybe a smaller practice, how do I stay on top of all these leads if you are getting a high amount of leads every single month? So I just want to hear from your experience, maybe working with other agencies or companies before us. I really want to know how your sales process and like your follow-up process transformed working with us compared to maybe doing it by yourself or working with other agencies.
Yeah, no, that's a good point because I think what's happened is because the AI helps with that follow up initially, it makes my follow up so much easier. So it isn't just a lead and a number to call. It's an actual person that's booking in my schedule without me having to do anything other than get that call. And then there's so many that I've actually been able to perfect the way I am in the calls. So now I'm becoming an expert in turning those leads into clients, and that's been a process that's been very helpful.
Mr. Pellegrino, roughly how many leads are you having scheduled automatically from our AI directly on your calendar a week? Roughly speaking.
Roughly speaking, about 8 to 10.
Awesome. Jared, do you have anything else to add here?
No, that does it. I just wanted to say thank you, Dr. Pellegrino, for hopping on the call with us. We appreciate your time and we appreciate, having you as a client and working together.
Awesome. I appreciate you guys as well. Thank you.